Hi there, welcome to another video from Hegarty Maths, our third video on Venn diagrams. In this video we're going to have Venn diagrams with some algebra within them and answering probability questions. So let's start with some skills I need you really good at. Pause the video and double check you could solve for x in the following two cases. Now the first is a linear equation, the second is a quadratic equation. Hopefully you could solve those and get the following answers. We're going to require you to be able to solve things like this for this skill. The next thing you've done previously, you've previously answered questions like this within the set theory section, so go back to your building blocks if this is unfamiliar. Pause the video and double check you can do the following before going on. Hopefully you got the following answer. The key piece of information was the number of elements in the universal set was 100, so you added together this, and this, made it equal 100 and found x, solving those equations. So the questions we're going to do are very like this one that I've just shown you. Only difference is they're going to be a question asking you about probability. It's not just going to say for the sake of it find x, it's going to ask you a probability. Right, let's get on and try a question. Pause the video and have a go if you can. Right, we've got a Venn diagram. It shows information about a stamp collection. It says the universal set is 100, so there are 100 stamps in the collection. T are the stamps from the 20th century. B are the British stamps. It says the stamp is chosen at random. Work out the probability it is British. In order to solve this problem, we are going to have to populate the Venn diagram, i.e. find x in the first instance, use that x to fill in the numbers that should be in the Venn diagram, and then do any probability calculation. So if we add this, and this, we should get ourselves 100. So let's write that equation. We should collect like terms. We should solve that equation, subtracting 46 off both sides and then dividing by 6. And you get yourself the answer x is 9. Now that's all very well and good, that wasn't the question at all. You then use x is 9 to fill in the numbers that should be in the Venn diagram. So let's do the easiest one, x here, we'll put 9 there. To get this one we do 2 multiplied by 9, which is 18, subtract 10 gives us 8 over here, and here we do 3 multiplied by x, which is 9, which is 27, take away the 2, which gives us 22. That, and that now add to the 100 in total. Now the question was, what was the probability it is British if a coin is chosen at random? The probability that it's British, well, how many British coins are there? There are, everything inside this circle is British, so the 9 add the 22 is equal to 31, so it's 31 out of a total of 100, and we are done. Okay, next question. Pause the video, have a go. Very similar scenario here about a coin collection of 100. Some of the coins are from the 20th century and some of the coins are American coins. So it says a coin is chosen at random, work out the probability it is from the 20th century. We need to work out how many coins inside the circle for t, so we need to find x in the first instance. So let's set up our equation. We know if we do x squared, add 13, add 23, add 28, it must add to the number of elements in the universal set 100. So let's write that equation. Collecting like terms, subtracting 64 from both sides, and then taking square roots of both sides, you would get x is 6 or x is equal to negative 6. It doesn't matter which one in this particular case. We should then use these answers to populate our Venn diagram. If x was 6, then 6 squared is going to equal 36. Similarly, negative 6 all squared is 36 as well. Now these numbers now will add up to the 100. The question was, what is the probability it is from the 20th century? Well, everything inside the circle for t is in the 20th century, so these 36 add these 13, which is equal to 49, out of the total of 100. So the probability 20th century, as I said, is 49 out of 100, and we're done. Okay, last question. So pause the video and have a go. Okay, it's very similar to before. The only difference is that the algebraic expressions are slightly more complex and the equation we're going to have to solve is slightly more complex. We do know though, if we add this, and this, it must add up to the number of elements in the universal set 100. So let's write that equation. Now before we can collect like terms, we must expand the bracket here. So let's do that. Collecting like terms on the left hand side, we get subtracting the 100 off both sides, factorising, and then solving. We get two solutions: x is 9 or x is equal to -8. We've got to ignore -8. It wouldn't be appropriate to put that in this case because we can't have a negative number in here for the number of stamps that are 20th century and British. So we're going to use this solution here, x is equal to 9. Let's use that to populate the Venn diagram. So let's put 9 in here. 9 subtract 5 would be 4. And let's think this is 9 multiplied by what the answer is to 9 subtract 3. So that's 9 multiplied by 6, which is 54. The 54, the 9, the 4 and the 33 now will add up to 100. Now we've just got to be careful. The last question does have a little sting in the tail. It says given that it says a stamp is chosen at random, given it is British, work out the probability it is from the 20th century. This given is a key element here. You are told one fact about it: it is certainly British, so you are only considering from the restricted set, the British set. There are 9, add 4 in that set, 13 stamps in that set. So work out the probabilities of the 20th century. There are 9 such stamps in the 20th century out of the 13, so the probability must be 9 out of 13, and we're done. And that's it for this particular video. Thanks for watching.